Hi Collective, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationship with ourselves first, okay? So we can have a healthy relationship outside of ourselves because we are in the energy of the house, the temper of self, learning to manage that emotion because we want to find that comfortability within oneself so we can understand our intuition. Someone's looking at wealthy. Someone's looking at a bigger picture when it comes to stability, maybe. Because now we're looking at the balance to create, okay? Because now we're looking at the house. Someone's looking at someone's house. Or someone's looking at the house within themselves, okay? Because the house is about finding security, okay? Or a sense of belonging within their environment. We're looking at quality, not quantity. We're looking at family time maybe, or a sincere conversation with someone. We're looking at the possibilities, or someone could be in real estate, okay? Or looking at expansion of someone's home. Someone can live in a flat or an apartment, okay? Because now we're looking at maybe a King of Cups, or maybe a King, Queen of Pentacles. Looking at a home when it comes to finding security, prestige, okay? Now we're looking at a sense of belonging. Maybe a masculine looking at his intuition, and he's looking at a businesswoman to do maybe in a real estate with maybe. But we're looking at a crossroad. This crossroad has come at a difficult time. Because remember, we've got like products are going up, but wages are not going up. So now we're looking at a very difficult situation. Someone trying to find a solution when it comes to sense of belonging within their environment. Okay, this seems to be a situation that's requiring a decision. Something's weighing someone down with multiple options. But this seems to be a life cycle of like too many pathways, or there's a pathway, or there's two decisions, or there's stagnation in a relationship, maybe with a King of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles. This is a partner facing maybe a critical choice about their future when it comes to comfortability or security, okay? Because now we're looking at the Clover. We're looking at our choices. You could be a business person expanding your real estate, okay? Because now we're looking at the state of maybe someone's pathway, all right? And we're trying to maybe not look at our pathway, and we're trying to not face our trauma, our darkness, but still acting like we're in the light. Because it seems to be a situation where someone trying to maybe negotiate maybe many different like circumstances, like a little jungle. Someone's looking for a business. Someone's opportunist. Someone's trying to brave that freestyle, that free, easy life. But someone needs to trust the intuition, okay, when it comes to making decisions about feeling comfortable. Someone wants to engage the light, maybe. But we're looking at options, pathways, equal give and take, opportunities. We're looking at comfortability, looking at security, but through the wisdom of knowledge. Knowledge and wisdom for equal give and take. So maybe not someone's negotiating, because there seems to be someone looking at King of Pentacles with confusion. They're facing dark clouds with a King of Wands. Because the King of Wands now, with this person facing with the King of Wands, if you could be a King of Wands, they're facing negotiation through temporary difficulties. Maybe there's too many conflicts. And there's moments of anxiety within their environment when it comes to maybe in a real estate. There's an unpleasant period, okay, when it comes to trying to highlight the comfortability or sense of belonging. Maybe they're trying to find an equal give and take somewhere, because someone's looking at someone's real estate. You could be the King of Pentacles. Now you've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. Looking at their options. Okay. Maybe the masculine is using intuition. The masculine is using intuition. Remember, when you manage your emotion, you feel comfortable within yourself, you can use your intuition. So masculine, please use your emotions, tap into your emotions, identify your intuition. Just don't leave it to the ladies, okay? Because I can see you have a sense of belonging and you want a new beginning with a woman, maybe an air sign person. Maybe you feel this woman was in the crossroads. Maybe you had a choice between two women. One woman was an opportunist, bring difficulties. So now someone's on another pathway. We have opening crossroad, or an opening discussion. Because someone sees a key to many options. Because now someone feels like in a power couple. My arm's itching. Because now we see clouds clearing. We see our options. We see the flow of intuition. Some of you feel like there's an opening for you after a painful ending. Because now you see an opening to a new beginning, to a new pathway that's been highlighted. Someone's doing gathering with their friends. Someone wants to have a sincere conversation in a house, an open conversation in the house. Maybe they feel comfortable. Maybe they feel like they have good times around a new beginning, around an air sign person. Now we're looking at the vibrance of someone's environment. It's about joy, happiness, delight, fun. This seems to be an experience within someone's pathway. When it comes to love, there seems to be a new acquaintance, maybe a date or a romantic encounter within your environment, or someone where you entertain. Okay, maybe someone wants to come and entertain you. There seems to be meetings of new partners, okay, and building a relationship within your environment, maybe in your professional scenes, okay. But someone's looking at social isolation due to difficulties in their pathway when it comes to expansion of a real estate, maybe, or feeling like they feel comfortable in their environment, like a sense of belonging. But there seems to be a lack of enjoyment, okay, within this communal area when it comes to activities. So now someone's seen the key. Maybe a King of Wands saw the key to this confusion when it comes to an option on their pathway, when it comes to a Queen of Pentacles. So now we see a confusion. The confusion has been opened because now you see the key. The key has been opened. So now you see a situation, okay? But the key was all about confusion of a woman that was opportunist, because now we see a situation where we're symbolizing an extra exit. Someone made a discovery. Okay, because now we have, remember, there was a difficult situation, a pathway. Most problems have a solution. You just have to use your intuition and analyze your environment. Someone's doing that. So now there's a promise or a way out of a current situation because someone has discovered someone's truth and facts, why there was confusions within someone's environment. Someone's got more hope and faith, maybe a King of Wands, all right? Because now we're looking at a strategic thinker. Because now maybe this masculine is planning for the future, for a success within this dynamic city. Because now we're looking at, if it's love, there's a new love phase in a relationship. Now we see maybe a platonic relationship when it comes to sincerity and overcoming barriers between partners for some of you, all right? When it comes to finance, there seems to be a financial outstanding, okay? Or someone's looking at a new beginning when it comes to financial solutions. Seems to be an alternative pathway after unsuccess with someone else, and that is overcoming obstacles, okay? Because it seems to be a difficulty finding a solution, all right? But maybe there's a temporary setback or obstacles, okay? Hindering someone's progress when it comes to finances, all right? Someone's looking at a foxy lady when it comes to maybe a lucrative book, or lucrative information, or lucrative wisdom, or a lucrative secret, or a telepathic message of information. Because now we're looking at the foxy lady when it comes to being open about a lady, all right? Because now we see there was clouds above this person, the foundation of a King of Wands. And the foundation of the King of Wands' finances was a clash with people, gossiping people within their environment. Somebody was using their personal interest for profit and dealing with a cunning individual. Someone was looking at a personal situation. If it's a personal situation, someone's doing fraud when it comes to someone's book, knowledge, information, because someone's very malice, okay? Because someone's desire was for a personal gain, causing problems. If you're looking at a love situation, there's issues with a partner related to a distrustful, possible deceptive person who's bringing trays or betrayals, okay? Because when it comes to finances, maybe in the workplace or at home, but when it comes to work and love, there seems to be a rival with a colleague, okay? Using manipulation for the intentions to go against you. Someone is working against the King of Wands, which is Queen of Pentacles, and now someone has to overcome deception, manipulation to avoid any more pitfalls by using the intuition and exposing hidden agenda. All right? Could be a Leo person, happy right now when in their environment, looking at the soul of the self, looking at a bigger picture. Okay, now we're looking at comfortability, looking at security. We have an opening. Okay, we have a realization. Okay, someone's being very open about their options. Okay, and then maybe someone wants to talk about a crossroad with a Queen of Pentacles, being very open about their situation. The person, the Queen of Pentacles, the wore dressed like this for their birthday. She can't run. She can't run then. Oh, behave, behave. Okay, so now we're looking at the house. We're looking at comfortability. Somebody was looking for someone's home. Okay, and then we're looking at the house. Somebody was finding someone's security. Okay, they were looking for prestige. Okay, and a sense of belonging. Okay, within their environment. Somebody was looking for quality, and a quantity and not quality. But somebody wants to come and have quality time with an air sign person. Okay, maybe they feel that sense of family, comfortability, a sense of conversations, a sincere conversation. Maybe the possibilities of a real estate. Okay, where someone's doing expansion. If you're looking at personal, you're looking at the meaning, the sense of family, love, and stability. All right. Somebody was looking at balancing or juggling. Oh, not again with an earth sign person and an air sign person. Oh, here we go again. What a coincidence. We're looking at resourcefulness though. Okay, especially when you balance your emotions, okay? Or you'll balance your masculine, feminine energy within yourself. All right, so you can be the King or Queen of Pentacles. All right, because now we're looking at a situation where a Queen of Pentacles on their pathway is looking at bad news. Okay, bad news in earthly matters because they have a lack of goals, lack of common sense, and irresponsibility when it comes to being in public. Could be a public person. Okay, this person could be in the limelight. All right, but they bring a situation within their own environment. Okay, uncomfortability. Okay, within their pathway. All right, because now we're looking at gatherings with friends. Somebody was not sincere to somebody. Okay, because now we're looking at a situation where someone's going to be socially isolated because they bring difficulty within the pathway, within their socializing. It's going to be a lack of enjoyment within their communal activities. All right, they're not going to have that much earthly matters anymore. So now we're looking at working and balancing. Okay, due to our unsuccessful lack of common sense. Okay, a Queen of Pentacles on the pathway. Looking at opportunist. All right, within this opportunist, we have a key. When it comes to generosity, when it comes to like the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. Somebody wanted just generosities. So now we have that light, okay, the end of the tunnel. Because now we understand the person came from someone's life, right, for an opportunity, okay? So now someone is improving or letting go of negative stress due to being a pathway with maybe a Queen of Pentacles, okay? Or a business person, a business female. Okay, so it could be anyone in that energy, all right? Because now we're looking at a situation, okay, that is bringing bad news on this pathway, all right? And on this pathway, there was a lack of goals, okay? Because the person didn't want to do any goals. They wanted the rewards, all right? So someone's trying to negotiate, okay? Can now we see a combination of circumstances within someone's environment. It's a jungle. Why is it a jungle? Bad earthly matters. Why? Lack of common sense. There's no goal, so there's a jungle. So now you're looking at disharmony, maybe between partnerships, imbalance, inequality. No one is compatible. So this could be unhappy business partner or unhappy couple, okay? Because now you're looking at someone's confidence with being very open, okay, within someone's environment. Because looking at somebody was looking at a strike of fortune or fortune or strike in a personal endeavor, okay, by engaging in the light of romance, okay, to have a romantic free chance with someone, but it was all about conning someone for someone's adventure. It was a short-term connection maybe, but somebody was in a delightful encounterment for the sake of money. Someone's venturing into a risky deal with a Queen of Pentacles, all right, because a favorable outcome will only be for them, a personal reason. So I was looking at a financial well-being, okay, and a positive financial surprise, okay, but be very cautious because somebody is very overly confident or take an unnecessary risk, a Queen of Pentacles. Luck may be fleeting and misjudgments can lead to what? Setbacks, okay? So now there's a light at the end of the tunnel, maybe a Gemini person, okay? Because now we're looking at our options. We understand somebody doesn't want to face an opportunities at work or in love, all right? Someone doesn't really feel like a sense of belonging. No, they don't. So now we're looking at the clouds. Because they don't, all right? This person is negotiating through temporary difficulties, okay? Maybe they're having conflicts, all right, or moments of anxiety, all right? Because now we're looking at a very unpleasant period of time for someone that will soon see the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe King of Wands, very confused. So now we're looking at standing his ground, a King of Wands, standing one's ground, okay? Because they had to face a pathway where they had to experience a very difficult situation with a Queen of Pentacles. It was lots of disharmony, but he was expecting harmony. Nope. Someone's looking at their own personal matters. When it comes to love, it was a temporary madness. Maybe they're moving far apart from each other because there was too much conflict between partners, leading to loss of trust. When it comes to finance, okay, it looks like a financial institution, a financial situation that becomes obstacles to goals and a potential loss if they don't use the intuition, because clarity and revelations needs to be done to find a solution, okay, because it seems to be a hidden motive, okay, and or someone trying to overcome a temporary setback and finding solution to a conflict, but you got to stand up for yourself, okay, because it seems to be someone had to stand up for their belief, fight their own corner, okay, within this confusion, the darkness, because there's so much dark, but there's light. There seems to be light at the end of the tunnel, okay? Within this, heaven's open. The only way you can get to that light of heaven is love and truth, all right? So now someone's being very defensive maybe and holding their own, taking the high road and maintaining control against maybe a foxy lady. All right. So when we look at the foxy lady, we're looking at someone that's very deceptive. Okay. So we're looking at the foxy lady that uses seduction. So now they have a clash within their people. Because we're looking at someone very gossipy. Okay. Because they were more intrigued with their environment. And I might as well put it this way, the network and net worth. That was the intrigue. This is why there was lots of confusions, maybe around a King of Wands. Now someone maybe is using personal interest for profit and dealing with a cunning individual. When it comes to work with a foxy lady, they might like red hair or that type of color hair sometimes, all right? They might wear dresses like this and have bushy hair sometimes, all right? But recently they cut their hair, just recently, all right? To look like a Gemini air sign person, to look like they got more options. For this King of Wands. So now we're looking at the foxy lady that a Leo has to stand up to, the Queen of Pentacles. This person, when it comes to personal meanings, all right, is fraud, deception, malice, all right, because someone is desiring for personal gain, causing problems between a Leo by bringing confusion. So they have to maintain their control around the Queen of Pentacles because this person has issues, okay? Maybe they have an issue now relating to trust, okay, because there was deception and betrayal, all right? If it's a workplace situation, there was a power struggle. This was his rivalry when it comes to a colleague using manipulation for the attention to go against a King of Wands. So now we're looking at someone, a King of Wands, have to overcome deception and manipulation. Maybe they're trying to avoid a pitfall, okay? And maybe someone is ready to expose a hidden gender, all right? Maybe this foxy lady, a Queen of Pentacles, all right? Somebody was looking at someone's intuition to do creations. Because now we're looking at the fish. Maybe this is a businessman or he's looking at a King of Pentacles. Okay, because now you're looking at the King and Queen of Pentacles now after a pathway of difficulties. Now a masculine is going into the King of Pentacles, all right? Because now we're looking at when you stand your ground and you stand up to the nay-nays, the no-nos, all right? Because now you're tapped into your intuition. Your ancestors are helping you with all that knowledge. So you've got lots of no-nos and the nay-nays from this foxy, cunning, manipulative lady. Now, when you stand your ground, okay, it's bringing you luck, prosperity, and well-being and a dynamic within your environment. Someone's achieving goals and blessings when it comes to material well-being. Use your intuition. Use that flow, okay, flow within the universe, okay, could be like a fish. Flow within the universe. Remember, the universe does not go against you, okay? Maybe this masculine is thinking of someone, another feminine that wants to be open, maybe an air sign person. Now we're looking at results, okay? We're looking at rewards, okay? Someone wants to take a step forward. Maybe someone's moving out of a city into another one. But when it comes to love, there seems to be a tight partnership with strong feelings, maybe for an air sign person. Now we're looking at a consideration for personal This is so horrible. Ugh. They had to stand on their ground because there was a possible situation on another pathway where relationship was all about financial aspect in a relationship. Okay. Now we're looking at, if it's a financial situation, you're looking at a financial trade deal, maybe a book publishing deal, maybe looking at job satisfaction when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, or someone's experience. Somebody wants to have coffee with you. Okay, take out for coffee, have a conversation because there's tea to be told on the table. Looking at profit, looking at investments. Okay, when this new pathway. On another pathway with Queen of Pentacles, there was too much financial setbacks, challenges in achieving prosperity, okay? Because somebody was mismanaging someone's resources, okay? Because they were being very cunning and very manipulative. So you've got to stand your ground, all right? Okay, so moving forward, someone's going into finance, prosperity, abundance, comfortability, security. Someone's looking at a new beginning, new pathway, maybe as a power couple when it comes to finances. Okay, so someone's looking at their abundance. They see the light within themselves. They see lots coming in. Someone's very curious and thinking maybe of a Gemini person. Or a Gemini person feels very intuitively connected to a Leo person and bringing information. Maybe the thought of this masculine is patience is needed, maybe for a Gemini person. Because now you're looking at ideas, inspiration for a book. Someone's planning maybe to write a book, okay? But someone's looking at protectiveness, guarding the inspiration, the knowledge. Someone needs to think before they speak and then get drawn into an argument, all right? Someone's looking at someone's mental clarity when it comes to an air sign Gemini person, okay? Because now I'm looking at 10 of Pentacles. Someone's looking at generational wealth or a lucrative book deal. So now we see the balance. When you balance the feminine, masculine energy within yourself, you feel more comfortable within yourself. When you feel comfortable within yourself with that sense of belonging, you feel like a sense of belonging outside of yourself. So this could be a King of Wands, all right? Because now we're looking at power couple. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person looking at security when it comes to abundance. He's working on balancing the situation, but unfortunately on one pathway, when it was a King or Queen of Pentacles, it came with bad news for an air sign person, because maybe this investor is a King of Wands, and someone's grounding themselves because there's an air sign person that's so balanced that somebody's thinking of this person. But it seems to be a King of Pentacles holding on to someone's property. Maybe a Taurus person, the masculine side, or the dad, or a relative of an earth sign person. But they're acting like they're mature and grounded, like a wealthy businessman. Because more time, businessmen don't like taking risks. It could be a Cancer person, you know. It could be a Cancer person. Okay, but we're looking at earthly. But it seems to be like earthly matters when it comes to this masculine. Maybe with a Queen of Pentacles and another pathway. Maybe the masculine were too ungrounded, unsuccessful with a Cancer person. Because now I'm looking at a situation where a Scorpio person, maybe a friend of a Taurus person or a family member, maybe childhood friends, but this seems to be memory. This is a past memory of someone maybe trying to be the King and Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this Leo person, another option to bring in equal give and take. But going back to that roots, it came in with bad earthly matters, lack of goals from one-sided relationship. This is why someone sees the end of light at the top of a Gemini person, a Leo person. Oh, that's a bit rude. That doesn't even sound good. So you leave someone intuitively connected to someone to go and see to be a King and Queen of Pentacles somewhere else. Doesn't work out. So you leave that person as an option before a reunion. Taurus masculine, Virgo masculine. Virgo or Taurus masculine. From your past, childhood, maybe an ex-person. What a bloody cheek. You could be a Gemini woman dealing with a King of Pentacles. A past. Who someone went off with someone else. But it didn't work out. Again, maybe going for a divorce or separation. But he's thinking of an air sign person or another earth sign person. To have the key to his opening. Maybe this masculine is dealing with a Sagittarius woman. Could be King of Swords. He could be a Libra, Gemini person. They have a lack of structure, routine when it comes to intellect. He used a bad way of advice, illogical, not good. He thought he had an end of the tunnel. But he could be dealing with a fire sign woman. Brings too much confusions. For him to bring in creation. You lot mix up, man. You lot all over the place. This is too much mix up. This is a really good one. Earth sign person, a foxy lady, lacks lacks independence, lacks stability, lacks security, is reckless with their spending. King of Swords upside down. When at work, there's no structure at work. So someone's refusing to compromise because someone's being stubborn. Maybe an Aries woman towards a King of Swords upside down. Or King of Swords. You're lacking structure with your people then, man. King of Swords probably refusing to compromise with this foxy lady. But you lack structure. How can you lack structure but see the end of life? Okay, so being in one pathway, it lacks structure to bring in that creativity. Do you understand? For it to be fruitful. So within the mind of this businessman, a Virgo or Taurus, within the mind, that's what he's thinking of on this pathway with an old business partner, maybe in real estate, expansion of real estate or something. There was a lack of structure because someone was exaggerating their credentials. So now the routine of the King of Swords, there's no stimulation to bring in that creativity. This is why he has to end something. But the energy of this foxy lady could be a Queen of Wands or a Queen of Pentacles, is refusing to compromise. Why could they got stubborn energy? Stubborn. Especially if they're a Leo or Taurus person or Aquarius person or a Scorpio person, the most stubborn. And that's what's on the table, apart from Aquarius. Just, yeah. Because now they're looking at returning from travels. Maybe there's restrictions. Someone's losing momentum because someone's refusing to let go. Because somebody really wants to be out in the open because they want to have a conversation, but they're weak. Maybe they want to talk to an air sign person because they're curious about a book, but because they've done so much badness, to talk to someone is going to admit you've done a lot of wrong. That's hard tea. So they got to move on. Someone's clashing with compromise. Someone to end the conflict, maybe with a Leo person. And someone wants to compromise or end a conflict. This seems to be roused, struggles, trying to reach an agreement. But someone needs to have patience within their thoughts. Maybe a Libra, Gemini person. When it comes to the soul of the self. Maybe they refusing to compromise. But maybe a Leo person. That's a feminine woman. Because now you're looking at the end of the light of the tunnel. That's probably what the King of Swords felt like on one pathway. But now he's got mental clarity. He understands that your structure is not good, my friend. It hasn't got a very good structure. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I'm trying to do short ones. But I'm so sorry. Use your intuition, though. It could be a King of Swords or a King of Wands. It could be 3 people in a business deal, or there could be one person in one. But the problem is Queen of Pentacles and a Sagittarius woman. That's their problem. That's their problem. I don't think they care about your bloody business. It's more or less, when it's finished, I'm going to look good in there. I don't care about nothing else. So now this one lacks structure. Thinking he's got a good business partner. But it keeps coming in with bad news. Bad earthly matters. So maybe there's a Sagittarius, Leo, masculine. Two different. Could be a Leo or a Sagittarius person. Or two fire signs. One's refusing to compromise. And one's standing his ground and will win because they've got their ancestors. But the mind, the structure is not good. But it's got security. Maybe because the mind's moved forward away from these two problems. All right, remember, walking love, talking truth. Love you guys. Bye.